Greetings, guys. Let us have a look at the lunar chart. So as you can see, I have the monthly chart open, and the first thing that I can already see is that we had this particular structure over here, which was an information with the neckline being at that region, right? Another thing that I can see is that we had the first leg of the information creating a railroad track in this region. It also created another railroad track in this region. So there was confluence in as far as price possibly creating a reversal, especially after breaking this particular neckline, right? So let's have a look. What else can we tell by looking at this chart that is of value? There's not much, but what I'm gonna do right now is just add a neckline, as I usually say that once price has created an information, what we'd like to see after the neckline has been broken is price coming back to the neckline to retest it and then going down. However, on this particular chart, we did not see a retracement back to the neckline and a continuation of price towards the downside. But for now, I'm just gonna add a neckline so that we don't forget about this important area right here. So let's see. So this would be my neckline. I'm just gonna make it a different color, such as a pink. There we go. Okay. Just bear with me, guys. There we go. Okay. So from here, I'm just gonna head on over to the weekly chart. Here we are on the weekly chart. Let's see, what else can we see by looking at this particular weekly chart? Another formation that took place was this head and shoulders pattern over here. It was completed around this region, so it is no longer relevant. Let's have a look. What else can we tell by looking at the weekly chart that is of significance or importance? Let's see. So we can also see that on the weekly chart, we never got to see price breaking the neckline, coming back to retest it, and then heading down, right? It may happen, it may not happen, but let's continue. So I don't see anything else that's of value on this particular chart. So what I'm gonna do now is head over to the daily chart. So on the daily chart, the first thing that I'm gonna do is add my channels. Just bear with me. We just need to make sure that our channels are always as accurate as can be. I will add it in this manner. There we go. And I will just make it a black color. There we go. The reason why I do not put, or rather I did not put this line in this region is because once the channel has been broken, often what quite happens is price will come back to the neckline to retest it and then come down again. So for now, I'm just gonna leave it there as opposed to having it in this region, just in case it decides to come back to this level to test it and then continue going down. That's the reason why I have it there where I have it. So let's continue. What else can we tell by looking at this particular daily chart? Another thing that is quite interesting is that price was creating an information in this region with the neckline being somewhere there. It's actually an overextended information, right? However, As with that large information we spoke about on the monthly chart, price never got to retrace to the neckline and then come back. So let's continue. So what else can we see, or what else do we see? Um, Another thing that is important that I see is that price had created a W in this region, with the neckline being there. Um, a lot of traders and investors saw this W formation for me, and what they did was they bought in this region, as well as in this region, right? And their stop losses are below here, right? And this actually explains why we saw this move here, where price actually came down. In my opinion, what was happening is price was um, stop hunting the stop losses that are below this particular region over here, right? In my humble opinion, that's why we saw this um, particular move here, right? Um, Nonetheless, let us continue. Yeah. So this tells us that there must have been quite a lot of liquidity stuck in this region. There must have been a lot of money stuck in this region. Otherwise, I don't think price would have came back to, to trigger all these stop losses that are in this region. Nonetheless, let us continue. From here, I don't see anything else that is of importance. So what I'm gonna do is head over to the H4 chart. On the H4 chart, I'm just gonna fix my equidistant channel, which we drew on the day on the daily chart rather. Excuse me. Uh, let's see. Just bear with me, guys. There we go. And this one as well. In this manner. There we go. Right. So that's our daily channel. I'm now gonna add our H4 channel. Um, just bear with me, guys. I would add it in this manner as well. And let me just make it a different color. I'll make it a blue. There we go. As with the daily channel that I plotted, the reason why I have this leg of the channel in this region as opposed to here is because price broke the channel in this region. So what often happens is price would come back to retest it and then come down. That's why I have it over there, you know. But as price progresses down, I will most probably move it to the right place on the chart. So this is the H4 chart. What do we see on this particular chart? There's not much that I can see really, except that we had a small information there. Let me just drop it properly. We had a small overextended information there with a neckline being there. However, we never got to see a retracement back to the neckline and then a push further down, right? But let's continue nonetheless. Also on the lower charts, we have another information here. However, it's visible better on the lower charts or the smaller charts, right? Let's continue. So we had this strong movement to the bottom, right? We had the strong movement to the bottom, and we can now see that price seems to be losing some momentum in this region, right? I guess the question is, when exactly will we see a reversal back to the top? Because this was a very sudden decline to the bottom. This depends on many factors. Nobody really knows exactly what's going to happen in as far as Luna is concerned, because one of the things that are happening at this point in time is that a lot of people have been panic selling. A lot of people have been panic selling. So in order for price to go up, people need to buy this. And at this point in time, it seems as if people are not so confident about this particular instrument, and not just people but institutions as well, from here, let us go on to the H1 chart, seeing that there is nothing else of value, right? So this is the H1 chart, and as I said, price seems to be losing some steam in this region, right? And we can see that the price is at 0.010. Yeah, so this says to me that the market is gone, really. And in order for price to start going up, I think a lot of institutions are going to have to put in some money um, within this instrument, right? But myself, what I would do is, on the H4 chart, I would wait for price to actually give me an indication a of a W formation. I would wait for price to create something like this, right? And then for the neckline to be broken, and then should price come back to the neckline again, that's when I would look for a potential buying opportunity, and I would buy and hold long term. Price may actually come back to this neckline that we spoke about earlier, and then actually bounce back. However, should price close above this zone, my expectation is that it should continue going up. That is my analysis in as far as Luna is concerned. But for now, I would not do anything. As I said, I would wait for, on this particular chart, which is the H4 chart, for price to give me some sort of a double formation, and then come back to retest the neckline of that double formation, and that's when I would start looking to buy, right? But for now, as I say, I would not do anything. Let's rather wait for the market to give us an indication. So that's it as far as my analysis goes for Luna. If there are any questions that you have, just let me know. And if you would like me to have a look at any other charts, just let me know. Thank you.